Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day to Dr. Char and fellow friends. Today our group will be presents on our assignment topic which is quantitative inheritance in eye color.
First of all is problem identification or introduction. The consideration of human eye color as a physical characteristic is based on the formative science, morphology, chemistry, and hereditary determinants of the structure known as iris, which is a portion of the uveal tract of the eyes. It comprises 5 cell layers: the front border layer, stroma, the spinchers and the later muscle fiber, and the back color epithelium, which is the foremost method for the appearance of eye color are the front layer and its fundamental stroma. Iris is classified as being one of the 6 colors which are amber, blue, brown, grey, green, hazel, or red. Eye color is a polygenic phenotypic character decided by 2 unmistakable variables which are the pigmentation of the iris and the frequency dependence of the scattering of light by the turbid medium within the stroma of the iris. Iris control the sum of the light entering the eye which is centered by focal point onto the retina so as to supply the sense of vision. Within the brown iris, there is a plenitude of melanocyte and melanin within the front border layer and stroma, whereas within the blue iris, this layer contains exceptionally small melanin.
From this family tree, we can see the genetic variation in a family of 4 generations A, B, C, and D. In the first and second generation, which is labeled by A and B respectively, it's concluded that brown eyes behave as dominant trait to the recessive blue eyes. But then when the third generation comes, blue eyes father appeared dominant. This is called as inconsistent inheritance. Then give rise to future generation to have blue eyes color, which is blue cross with blue gives blue eyes color. This trait is followed Mendelian genetics inheritance with quantitative traits. This pie chart shows us the number of pupils with different eye colors, which is quantitative inheritance. Majority of people in this world are having brown eyes, according to an estimation in medical news to the site, which is 70 to 79%, making it is the most common eye color. Secondly, the most common pupils are having blue eyes with an estimation of about 8 to 10%. Scientists believe that it is possible to study the common ancestor of people with having blue eyes because they are having genetic mutation in reducing the amount of melanin in iris, thus producing eyes in blue color. The third one is about 5% of the world population having hazel eyes, a color of mixture of green, orange, and gold. Then about 5% of the world population are having amber eyes. Population of amber eyes is slightly more melanin than hazel eyes, but not as much as brown eyes. Approximately 2% of people are having green eyes, and close to 3% are having grey eyes. These grey eyes people are having more collagen in their part of the eyes with little melanin. Some people with albinism have red and violet eye color, and the rarest one is heterochromia, in which a person can have more than one eye color. This is only affecting to the less than 1% of people. To study quantitative inheritance in eye color, we are considering the formula of Vt equals to Vg plus Ve. Whereas Vt is total variance, Vg is the relative amount of variance due to genetic variation, and Ve is the relative amount of variance due to environmental factors. Eye color is a genetic inheritance, which is from parents to their offspring. So it means that eye color was not determined by environmental factors. So Vt is totaled up by all Vg values because Ve is 0. It is proven that environmental factors like diet, temperature, humidity, and life habits cannot express the genetic variation of alleles. Alleles are transmitted from parents to their offspring during the reproduction process.
Now I would like to tell a little bit about OCA2 gene and HERC2 gene. Okay, first, what is OCA2 gene? OCA2 gene is also called as P gene. Okay, OCA2 gene is provide instruction for making a protein that called P protein. This protein located at melanocytes, which is a specialized cell that produce a pigment that called melanin. What is melanin? Melanin is a substance that give skin, hair, and eyes color. Okay. The melanin also found in a light-sensitive tissues at the back of eyes, which is a retina. That's where it plays a role in a normal vision. Okay, the exact function of the pea protein is still unknown, but it is essential for a normal pigmentation and is likely involved in the production of melanin. Okay, about the melanocytes. Melanocytes is a pea protein that may transport molecules into and out of structures that called melanosomes. Melanosome is where melanin is produced. Okay, the researchers believe that this protein may also help to regulate the relative acidity, which is a pH, of melanosomes. A tight control of pH is necessary for most biological processes. Okay, now we move to the next slide. Okay, we'll talk about the HERC2 gene. What is HERC2 gene? Okay, HERC2 gene is a giant ubiquitin ligase that implicates in DNA repair, regulation, pigmentation, and neurological disorders. What the function of the HERC2 gene? The function is first, pigmentation, where the single nucleotide polymorphisms of HERC2 gene are strongly associated with iris colors variability in humans. Second, DNA repair pathway, where HERC2 is component of the replication fork and essential for DNA damage repair pathway. Thirdly, centrosome assembly, where HERC2 has been implicated in regulation stable centrosome architecture. Okay, lastly, the function is ion metabolism, where HERC2 has recently been associated with regulating ion metabolism.
In conclusion, eye color is caused by the different amount of melanin produced by the melanocyte in the iris. Although the OCA2 contains areas of different eye colors, one is NMP is a powerful predator of brown or blue eyes. Therefore, changes in reduce cause problem with pea protein and reduced melanin maturation. Apart from these two genes involved in melanin formation and other minor genes also contain regions that cause eye color, depending on the amount of pigment produced by melanocyte. Leukoderma cause red or purple eyes.